At that moment, the youngest son of the farmer, around 10 years old, took Gulliver by the leg, and he held him high up in the air. Gulliver was shaking all over with fear. Then the farmer came to the rescue of Gulliver. He snatched from his boy and he scolded the little boy for his bad manners. When they were halfway through the lunch, their pet, a cat, jumped suddenly into the lap of the mistress. And hearing the purring noise of the cat, purring noise means a low, continuous sound expressing contentment. So the cat was very happy to sit in the lap of the mistress. The animal was 3 times the size of an ox. Its frightening look made Gulliver tremble. Gulliver could not move out of fear.
"Oh no," I said to myself. "It thinks I am something good to eat." I was terrified. Sometimes cats are very cruel to the creatures they catch. The farmer's wife saw that I was afraid of the cat and held it tightly. The farmer put me right in front of the cat. It looked away, shut its eyes, and continued to purr. If I show my fear, I thought, the cat may attack. I had better pretend that I'm not afraid.
And 3 dogs of the farmer also came into the room for the leftovers. One of them was a mastiff the size of 4 elephants, and the 2 others greyhounds somewhat taller than the mastiff but not so big. Please note here the meaning of greyhound. Greyhound means a dog of a tall, slender breed having keen sight and capable of high speed, using since ancient times for hunting small game and now chiefly in racing and coursing. And mastiff is a dog of a large, strong breed with drooping ears and pendulous lips. You might have seen like these type of mastiff dogs. When they were about to finish their lunch, a nurse or someone who takes care of the sick or the small children came in with a year-old baby in her arms. This baby stretched its hand towards Gulliver, and the mistress took Gulliver up and gave to the baby. The baby caught Gulliver by the middle and pushed the head in his mouth. Gulliver screamed so loudly that the baby became frightened and he dropped Gulliver. The mistress held out her apron to save Gulliver from injury or from falling down. You might have seen many babies. Whatever they get, they will always put in their mouth. So it is the same here. The baby of the giant too took Gulliver like a small toy or eatable things and he tried to put in his mouth. After lunch, the farmer went back to his field. And from the voice of the farmer and his gesture or his actions, Gulliver knew that he gave his wife an instructions to take good care of Gulliver. The farmer and his wife had a daughter about 12 years old. She was about 40 feet tall. And this little girl was very expert in needle and made fine dresses for her dolls. The little girl and the mother made a bed for Gulliver in the doll's cradle. Cradle means a type of a small cot. They put Gulliver in the cradle and
I fell asleep. When I woke up, I felt lonely on the bed so high above the floor. Suddenly, 2 rats climbed onto the bed. They were many times bigger than English rats. I was very frightened. They ran across the bed, wiggling their noses in my face as they sniffed. "Be brave," I said to myself, remembering the cat at lunch. "I must kill them before they kill me." Luckily, I still had my sword with me. I pulled it out and stabbed one rat in the stomach. It fell dead at my feet. The other rat jumped off the bed and ran away.
They hang the cradle on the shelf so that the rats may not disturb Gulliver. Because the rats in the house were as large as mastiff and much more nimble means lively and very fearful. Their tails were about 6 feet long. This little girl, I said that she is very good in making dresses, and she made dresses for Gulliver's too. But even though they made a beautiful dress for Gulliver, but their own clothes were very coarse. Coarse means very rough. And this little girl also washed the clothes of Gulliver. She taught him language. That means their own language, how to speak in their own tongue. When Gulliver pointed out to something, this little girl would tell him the name in their own language. And Gulliver repeated the sound 2 or 3 times. So, in this way, Gulliver started to learn the language of the giants. Since he was a very clever man, in few days he was able to ask for whatever he wanted. This little girl gave a new name for Gulliver. She called him Little Man. By looking at the story of this Gulliver in the land of the giants, we come to know that Gulliver had a great time with the giants. He received kindness, goodness, and love from all the people whom he come in contact with the farmer, with the wife of the farmer, the children, and even the pet like cats and dogs too. They did not harm Gulliver, and so therefore we can say that the second voyage of Gulliver was a fantastic voyage.